NG7IL.
Nope, it sounds beautiful on this end, just like Larry was saying, so. Okay, I guess if anybody else needs to check in, double check, now would be a great time to do it.
Kilo Bravo 7, Foxtrot Whiskey, Barbara.
Good morning, Barbara.
W7, WE7, NQH.
Good morning, Michael.
Kilo Golf Charlie. Kilo Golf 7 Charlie Juliet November, Jay.
Good morning, Jay. We're not actually taking check-ins for the net this morning. I was just wondering if anybody needed to double-check their equipment. We'll actually be starting the net in about 3 minutes. is Kilo Delta 7 Golf Romeo. And it looks like it's about time to start the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. I don't know about you, but that is a mouthful. Plus, I just was running around trying to find this thing so I could do this. I thought I had it with me, and then I didn't, and now here it is. Okay. Calling the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. This is W7SU calling the Ogden Amateur Radio on the Air Club Meeting Net. My name is Dave. I will be your net control operator this morning. This net is open to all licensed amateur radio operators. You do not need to be a member of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club to participate. The purpose of this net is to fulfill the general purpose of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club, which is to provide members an opportunity to meet and discuss topics relating to amateur radio, offer instruction and support to individuals interested in the art of amateur radio, advancement of the radio art, community and emergency services, help members stay current on events, products, and issues related to amateur radio, and be a voice on amateur radio issues in the community. This net will stand down immediately for all emergency traffic. Is there any emergency traffic at this time? Okay, hearing nothing. This is a directed net. Please do not transmit unless directed to do so. Roll call will be conducted alphabetically in groups based on the first letter of your call sign suffix. The first letter in your call sign after the number. When checking in, please also give us your call sign slowly and phonetically, your name, and indicate if you are operating as base, mobile, or portable. We will call for member stations first, followed by visitors. Have to grab a pen. Okay. So let's see. The first group, if your suffix begins with Alpha through Delta, please check in now.
This is Kilo Juliet 7 Delta Alpha Delta Dave on a base station.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Other check-ins from Alpha through Delta.
Kilo Golf 7 Charlie Juliet November, J, portable.
Okay, Jay, we got you. Anybody else? Alpha through Delta. Moving on. Echo through Hotel. Anybody with the suffix Echo through Hotel, please check in now.
Alpha Delta 7 Golf Lima, Larry, and we're on a base station.
Larry, any others? Alpha or Echo through Hotel.
Kilo Juliet 7, Echo Alpha Yankee Colleen, and I'm using a handheld.
Okay, I think there was a double there, but we got you, Colleen. Will the double please come now?
Kilo Bravo 7, Foxtrot Whiskey Whiskey. This is Barbara, and I'm on my handheld, so what category is that?
That would be portable, I believe. Thank you, Barbara. We've got you down. Any other check-ins? Echo through Hotel.
Golf Whiskey Charlie.
got a Golf Whiskey Charlie. Can I get your full call sign, please?
Portable.
I must have doubled with you just then. I got a Golf Whiskey Charlie. Can I get your full call sign, please?
Kilo Charlie 7, Golf Whiskey Juliet, Charles and Roy on portable.
Any others? Hotel, Echo through hotel.
Kilo Delta 7, Echo, Kilo Oscar, base.
Okay, that's Scott, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We got you down. Any other check-ins? Echo through hotel.
Kilo Juliet 7, Hotel, Echo X-Ray, Mike, portable.
Got you down. Any other check-ins? Echo through hotel.
Kilo 7, Hotel, Charlie, Papa, Val, portable.
Gotcha. Any other check-ins? Echo through hotel. Moving on. It's check-ins India through Lima. Any check-ins India through Lima?
November, Golf 7, India Lima, Gil on a base station.
All right, Gil, we got you. There was a double with you, I think. Would the double please come now?
Kilo Bravo 7, Lima, Alpha, Kilo, Justin, Ogden, portable.
Got you down. Any other check-ins? India through Lima. Please check in now.
Whiskey 0, Kilo Papa, Stan on a base.
Okay, Stan, we've got you down. Other check-ins, India through Lima.
Kilo Echo 7, India Echo Tango, Jason on a portable.
We've got you down. Other check-ins, India through Lima. Okay, moving on. Check-ins. Mike through Papa. Please check in if your suffix is Mike through Papa.
This is Kilo 7, Mike Papa Kilo, Sean, portable, and monitoring.
Okay, Sean, I think we got you down. And I believe there was a double. Would the double please come back now?
Kilo Zulu 7, Oscar, base.
Okay, we got you down, Mike. KD7GR, Dave, taking check-ins for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. And we are at Quebec through Tango. If your suffix is Quebec through Tango, please check in now.
Kilo Whiskey 7, Tango Echo Sierra, Todd, base.
Todd, any other check-ins? Quebec through Tango.
This is Kilo Bravo 7, Mike Alpha Delta. I missed the last section. My name is Kevin. I'd say my radio's a fixed mobile. The power supply fixes it.
Okay, no problem. We got you down, Kevin. Any other check-ins? Quebec through Tango. Please check in now.
Whiskey 7 Romeo India Kilo, Rick, portable.
Base station from home, and I also missed the last call. I must not have heard that.
Okay, I got you down, Rick, and we had a double with you who missed the last calling. Would you please check in with me again?
This is Kilo November 7, Oscar Yankee Lima, Steve in Peterson from home base station.
I'm Steve. Other check-ins, Quebec through Tango.
This is KE7 NQH base station.
Mike, we got you down. Any other check-ins, Quebec through Tango? Do we have any check-ins? U through Z. It escapes me what those are supposed to be for the second. Please check in now if your suffix is in the final range of U through Z.
Kilo India 7, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, Dano, base.
Thanks for reminding me what that. All right. So, any other check-ins? Uniform through Zulu. Please check in now. Okay, we've been through that. Let's take a quick check and see if we have any other check-ins that need to check in. Alpha through Zulu, please come pretty slowly and one at a time, and we'll try and get you checked in. Any other check-ins that haven't yet checked in for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net?
Oscar Uniform Whiskey. Oh, excuse me, KG7 Oscar Uniform Whiskey. This is Jeff in Ogden.
Down, Jeff. Any other check-ins for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club Net?
Kilo 7 Papa Radio Hotel, Reed, portable.
Okay, Reed, we got you down. Other check-ins, please.
India 7, Uniform Foxtrot November. HT, this is Kenny.
Okay, Kenny, we got you down. Any other check-ins for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. We're all checked in. We will take some check-ins a little bit later, maybe at the end, see if anybody tunes in halfway through, just so that we can get you counted. If at any time you wish to make a comment or ask a question, please wait for a break and announce your call sign only. Net control will then recognize your station. Are there any comments or questions regarding this net at this time? Okay, so we do have a few things to talk about, and so we'll go ahead and get to some of those business things. This is Kilo Delta 7 Golf Romeo. I'm Dave, and this is the W7SU Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. So what we want to talk about a little bit here is just some basic information. We will be trying to hold our nets for the next little while, or our club meetings for the next little while over the air like this. The situation in Utah with this coronavirus, this COVID-19, seems to have taken a turn for the worse. We've had several days of straight up 1,000+ infection rates. And the governor has come out and asked us to make sure that we don't gather in large groupings. Even though in Weber County we are considered moderate risk, we could probably get away with being in person for some club functions, but we don't really want to take the risk. So for this month, we've got our meeting today, and we're going to discuss SSTV, Slow Scan TV, and that'll be brought to us by Gil. He's been playing with it for the past little while. If you've tuned into the Ham and Eggs net, then we played with it a little bit on Tuesday, and we're going to play with it some more today. There's quite a bit of information and some fun things to do, and so we're going to give it a try. This should broaden our horizon as far as using amateur radio. For next month, we're still discussing on some topics and some things to do, but we do have, we'll probably have some kind of activity or at least something informative going on for next month as well for this on the Air Club Meeting Net. So please join us again. Make sure we get the word out to the rest of the club members, and everybody can join us, and we'll have a little bit of fun. Beyond that, there's not really a whole lot that I can report on that's going on. But I'd like to mention to everybody, make sure you stay safe. Do the things that you've been asked to do by health professionals to make sure that we can get through this. And let's continue to hope and pray for a vaccine that comes out soon so that we can start getting things back to normal. So at this time, I would like to turn the time over to Gil, unless there's any other announcements. Well, let's take other announcements first. Is there any other announcements or anything that anybody else has for the club today? Please contact, reach out now. I guess we'll turn the time over to Gil, and we'll get this Slow Scan TV thing started. Hopefully everybody is ready to go. If not, I hope that we can get that little bit of information out first, and then Gil can tell us a little bit more about what this is, as people are trying to get something downloaded or installed on their phones or whatever they're using. Okay, Gil, it's your turn. This is KD7GR monitoring.
Well, good morning to Dave and the net. This is Gil, November Golf 7, India Lima. First first off, let me say I am certainly no expert, but in the spirit of amateur radio, I do try new things, and slow scan TV is one of the things that have been quite interesting to me for a couple of different reasons. I enjoy the response I get when I talk to somebody, and I tell them that I received an image from the International Space Station. Now, in October, or the first of this month, the space station again sent some more slow scan television images, and I was able to receive a few of them, and it's always interesting and fascinating to see what I actually captured. And you can see one of my images on the club website where Val has posted all the information you need in order to locate a program for your device and so that you can participate. So while we're talking about this for just a minute, I would encourage you, if you're not set up on your smartphone or your tablet or laptop or whatever device that you have, that you quickly go to the website and get some of the information there, or do a Google search for slow scan television programs that you can download for free. I apologize to Apple users. I thought there was an app that was available for the Apple iPhones that was free, and I've been it's come to my attention that that may not be the case, and so I apologize for that. For the Androids, there's Robot 36. This morning I'll be using MMSS TV. And I guess the other thing that fascinates me about slow scan television is it really doesn't take very much equipment to receive an image. Of course, you can always improve your chances of a better image by improving your station's receiving capabilities and hooking the audio from your radio directly to your receiving device through some type of a cable, rather than just simply putting the speaker and the microphone next to each other, which is referred to as acoustic coupling, and it actually works very, very well that way, but a hardwired system works even better. This is NG7IL, and before I start sending some of these images through the repeater, does anybody have any questions this morning regarding SSTV that I can try and answer? Wow, okay, fine business. Dave, do you think, are we ready to try our first image?
Well, maybe. I guess we could give people a few more minutes. I do have a real quick question. To get this kind of thing set up at your home station, I mean, I know for portable, is it Yaesu? I think Yaesu makes a mic, a handheld mic, for your portable station that has a microphone built, or a camera built in, and allows you to send those images. I don't know which radios those are compatible with, but I would believe the FTM is one of them, the FTM 400. But if I want to set something like this up at home, what kind of equipment am I going to need?
Okay, Dave. I'm not 100% familiar with that, but the digital modes on the Yaesu Fusion will allow you to transmit an image, although it's a still image and it's probably along the lines of slow scan TV. I don't believe it's the same protocol. And so the Yaesu mics for the Yaesu Fusion radios are dedicated to be able to send a simple image digitally using the digital fusion protocol. Does that make sense?
Yeah, actually that does. So that's a more of a digital thing, not an analog thing.
actually, it's more of a system fusion thing. And in order to view the image, you actually need to have an FTM 400 with that type of touchscreen, I believe, in order to view the image. I don't think the other radios with the smaller touchscreen will allow you to display the image.
Huh, okay. So the other part of that question is, if I'm going to set something like this up at home for slow scan TV, what kind of equipment am I going to need? I mean, I know it's got to be something along the lines of a camera of some kind, and you know, like you were saying, for audio coupling, would my signal link work for that? And you know, just some simple questions like that. What am I gonna need to get to put something like this together for my home station?
Okay, great question, Dave. There's actually two parts to that. Reception-wise, just to receive, all you need is a two-way, or a radio, rather, and a program running on either your smartphone or laptop or PC. And you can let your receiving device's microphone just be next to your radio for receive. And of course, that's what most people will be practicing this morning. If you want to transmit an image, then the image has to be converted by one of the programs that are available on the internet. Now, there's one program that receives only. The one that I'm using this morning is MMSSTV, and I have to import the image into the program, and then I can edit it and put my call sign and stuff in. And then I can transmit directly over the speakers from my laptop to the microphone on my radio and couple it that way. Now, this morning I do have my signal link in between my laptop and my radio, hopefully to provide a better image to all of those that are listening. NG7IL.
Okay, so basically anything that we can hook up to a computer to give us some kind of an image that we can then send via the software, and then use the other software or the same software to receive that signal and then decode it as it's being transmitted. Okay, so that doesn't sound like it's too complicated.
7GL covered it in a nutshell, Dave. And that's what's really kind of cool about this program, is you can couple your radio to it and just let the computer sit in the background listening. And that's actually how I caught the space station images, because some of the passes were going to be when I was at work or maybe was asleep and didn't want to jump up, go down, and turn the radio on. I just let the radio on my laptop play, and when the space station come through, the software automatically heard the tones and started decoding, and it automatically saves every image that it captures. And I was able to come back in my leisure with a nice cup of coffee and preview the images that were received the previous evening.
E7GL.
Go ahead, Larry.
Dave, I just wanted to clarify, being on the receiving end, the question you asked relates more to receiving and transmitting pictures, and I think between the two of you did a good job of clarifying that. But for simplicity, you can do a simple job of receiving only, and that's kind of what the project is about today. So I just wanted to clarify that. It was getting a little confusing on the receive end. Thank you. AD7GL, back to net.
W0KP.
Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that you don't need a camera at all. You just need any image, JPEG or whatever format it's in. You just need any image, and you can,
that you can send.
Okay, so the thing I guess I was a little confused by is it's called slow scan TV. Television is you know, more, I don't want to say interactive, but it you hook it up, you have a camera, and a camera transmits the image and whatnot. So I guess there's a simpler way to do it and a more complicated way to do it. Hey, this is KD7GR. I'll turn it back over to you, Gil. I guess we should now be ready to give a try to the first image. I gotta turn on my phone here. Hold on a sec. Go ahead, Gil.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, you're right. The television part of slow scan kind of confuses things because we think of modern day television as moving pictures on the screen. That's not what we get. Yeah, any image that you have on your device you can transmit, or you can add an image with the phone. So I appreciate Larry and Stan jumping in and picking up the rest of what I missed in your question. So with that, this is NG7IL, and I'm going to send a test image. Although it is an image, it's not just a test screen. And I'll transmit it, and everybody can get an opportunity to copy it, and then we'll take comments on what they received. This is NG7IL. This transmission will take about 2 minutes. Okay, assuming that I did everything correct on my end, hopefully some people were able to receive an image. This is NG7IL. Dave, if you'd take comments.
Absolutely, Gil. This is KD7GR. Do we have anybody that would like to make a comment on what they received?
EKO.
Go ahead, Scott.
It's a really nice picture of a really cool looking fire truck. All I was doing was just sitting in on the couch with my handheld FT3DR and my cell phone. And the cell phone just listened to what the handheld was putting out. And yeah, nice image. Worked perfect, Gil. And like you've said before, though, it's, you know, you run that risk of the repeater IDing halfway through the image when you do it over the repeater, but it worked perfect, Gil. Thanks. KD70KO.
D7GL.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, that's what I got as well. And I'm sitting here in my truck. I could have been in the basement, I guess, with my handheld, but I'm sitting here in the truck, and I was just listening to it the exact same way. I just had my cell phone turned on, listening to the speaker, and yeah, that's a nice old fire truck. Anybody else like to comment on their experience?
AD7GL.
Okay, go ahead, Larry.
I had it coming through on my tablet, and it did a nice job of the fire truck, so good job, Gil, AD7GL.
Okay, thanks, Larry. Are there any other comments? Anybody else want to share their experience or what they got?
N7IL.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was surprised. I downloaded the software onto my laptop, the MMSS TV, and I was trying to find in the menu items what I had to configure and everything. I didn't configure anything, and when the picture started, it just automatically clicked in and downloaded it. So I'm Pickled Tink, KN7OIL.
Okay, thanks. Yes, mine too. I noticed that before when I was playing with it. The software on the cell phone is that it automatically gets the information from the header of when it's sending. So Gil's software sent the header, and that told my software what it was listening to, and then it just downloaded from there. So that's kind of interesting. I guess it was PD120 was the mode that it was downloading. Is that correct, Gil?
Yeah, PD120 was what I transmitted in. I did that, I guess, for a couple reasons. One, because I can, but two, that was actually the mode used by the last pass by the International Space Station. And, oh, wow, well, your name escapes me, forgive me. But you're right, the software will automatically detect the node, or the mode, rather, of encoding and adjust accordingly, and so that is a nice feature of MMSS TV. NG7IL.
Hey, thanks, Gil. Any other comments on their experience with the software or how this is transmitted?
AD7GL.
Okay, go ahead, Larry.
Comment, I had Robot 36 on the tablet, and it put a full-size picture on, and it did compute the mode itself as well. AD7GL, back to net.
Okay, thanks, Larry. This is KD7GR. Anybody else with a quick comment on what we just did? And I guess we'll turn it back over to Gil and maybe try another one.
W0KP.
Okay, Stan, go ahead.
A nice picture of Sunset City Fire Department. Good, perfect picture.
Oh, is that what that is Sunset City? Okay, that's cool. I know that there's a couple of, I think there's a firehouse in Bountiful that has some old fire trucks or something inside their building as well. That's kind of a neat way to go about, you know, preserving some history is having those old trucks laying around and keeping them up nice. Okay, this is KD7GR. I guess we'll turn it back over to you, Gil.
Okay, thank you everybody for your comments. I'm glad that the picture came through well. I will say that the coupling through the signal link from my laptop to the radio probably does a much better job. And so I'd like to share another image with everybody. You've probably already seen it, but I've put it together on an image here for this morning so that everybody can see the new club logo for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club. And the only thing that's missing from this image is the rocker on the bottom that says 100 years. So again, this transmission will take about 2 minutes, and I will be using the same mode. NG7IL. Okay, hopefully that one came through clear. This is NG7IL, and let's hear your comments.
That was a tone. Whoever keyed up, would you please come back with your comment? With comments on that one, what do you think of the new logo?
G7GL.
This is K7PRH Reed. I had to work Plan B. I have a iPhone. I've downloaded an app onto my iPhone called Black Cat. Inside of that are various options, which includes slow scan TV. I configured that phone to your PD120, and I got your picture perfectly. It worked very well. Thank you.
Well, that's good news. I haven't heard of Black Cat. I'll have to look that one up. I've got a Macintosh, an Apple or Mac or whatever laptop that I've got from work, so I'll have to look that one up. Well, good. I'm glad you got that picture and got that figured out.
AG7GL.
Barbara, and I used Robot 36, and it came through beautifully. Thank you.
Well, good. Okay, go ahead, Larry.
I doubled. I'm glad that the picture came through, and it did very well for me, too. I did have one question regarding the cable that you would use to go from the radio to the whatever device. I assume it's phono cord to USB output. Is that correct? Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Larry. So I'm using a Signal Link USB. The cable between my radio and the USB, or the Signal Link, excuse me, is the same one I use for my FT817. I didn't have to change anything. And the radio this morning is an FT7800, so I'm tickled with that. And then the signal link hooks to my laptop via the USB cable. And in the MMSS TV software, it allows me to identify the speaker and microphone ports, and of course it brought up the signal link codec, and I just clicked on those. So setup with my signal link on that end was extremely easy. The cable end to your radio you'll have to figure out based on your radio. NG7IL.
Gil, my question was, can you go directly from the output, from the phono output on your radio into the computer with just a cable and a USB end on it? Go ahead. B0KP.
Yeah, it stands in there also. The short answer to that is yes, Larry, you can, and I've done that in the past. And the last satellite images I received, that was my setup. Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, pardon me for breaking in, but no, you don't go to the USB. You go into the mic input of your laptop or computer. Okay, very good. Thanks, Stan. 87GL clear.
Okay, this is KD7GR. Any other comments or questions about this last image, or about the methods or the software that we're using?
KJ7DAD.
Okay, Dave, go ahead.
Roger. I did it speaker to microphone on my Android. And one thing that I did notice as I played with it is the louder the volume I had on the radio, the clearer the image was on my phone. Over.
Actually, I did notice that as well. The ambient, the microphones on your cell phones are very sensitive, and they pick up a lot of ambient noise. All kinds of stuff from the background, everything. And so when I've been doing this here in my truck, I've been holding my phone right on top of the speaker pretty much, and the pictures are coming in clear as clear. But when I was doing it on Tuesday, I was just holding the phone in the truck, and quite a ways away from that speaker, and I noticed the same thing, that the images today are far superior the way I've been holding it right up to the microphone than they were on Tuesday when I was just sitting in the truck with the microphone, with the cell phone. So that's a good observation. KD7GR. Any other comments about what we're doing?
IL.
Okay, Gil, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. I appreciate everybody's participation this morning, and I'm glad that they were successful. That just tickles me to no end. There are a couple other things I just wanted to say about slow scan TV. This mode of operation can also be used on single sideband, not only on 2 meter, but also on the HF bands as well. And there are people that communicate back and forth via slow scan TV over the HF frequencies. I suspect you'd probably want a better interface to ensure that you got a good picture going across. But there's one way to save postage on QSL cards, if you will. NG7IL.
NG7GL.
Go ahead, Larry.
Yes, just a comment regarding Gil's note about HF. If you tune to, on 20 meters, if you tune to 14.230, quite often you'll hear slow scan TV being transmitted over that frequency. So, again, if you wanted to see the picture, all you'd have to do is listen, have your laptop or whatever program you have, whatever you have programmed for it, just like we did this morning, and you would get the picture that they're sending. AD7GL, back to net.
Okay, thank you, Larry. That was one of the questions I was just going to ask, Gil, as if we're getting ready to wrap this up. But if we're going to do this, if we're going to listen to this, are there segments or sub-bands of the band plan where we can go out and find slow scan TV? And so that one, that's what, the 20-meter location? Are there other areas where people hang out and communicate via slow scan TV?
That's correct, Dave. So I did a quick search of the Utah band plan, and Stan also brought to my attention some other frequencies. So the national calling frequency for slow scan TV on 2 meter is 145.500, 145.600, and there's one down in 144 range. I don't remember what it is. There's also a 70 centimeter calling frequency, and I'm not sure, but I'm going to venture to say those are probably single sideband calling frequencies. Now the 2 meter, looking at the 2 meter band plan for Utah, the 145.510 may be the more appropriate frequency to choose for FM modulated signals, and maybe 145.500 for a single sideband. I don't know if we would be out of band or creating interference there, but I did want to jump over and send out a signal on simplex for those that might be interested on 145.500. NG7IL.
KD7GR. Okay, Gil, I think we could probably accommodate that. I'd have to take a second to tune channel B here off of APRS, turn off my modem to be able to do that, but that would only take a minute or two. So give us that information again, and some of us will be getting ready. What frequency is that going to be on?
Okay, I was going to attempt a 2 meter simplex on 145.500 using FM modulation. That's 145.500, and of course I'll be in the FM mode on my radio, as this radio doesn't do sideband. NG7IL. This is NG7IL again. I will QSY to 145.500, and I will pause for a few minutes to make sure that the frequency is clear before I start transmitting this image. And when it's through, I will come back to this repeater. NG7IL.
Okay, Gil, that sounds great. I'm going to take a second here and try and get over there. KD7GR.
NG7IL, W0KP.
Yeah, go ahead, Stan, NG7IL.
I got a perfect picture. You and Val.
87 to that. Yeah, Scott suggested that there's quite a bit of noise, and I suspect that maybe that noise is the path between us rather than the signal, or at least I hope that's the case.
Yeah, that has to be it, Kitty 70 Kale.
Simplex, and how did you do? NG7IL.
AD7GL.
Good, Larry.
I got the picture as well. I was able to make out that it was 2011's special event station, and it was pretty clear, but I just was using a handheld here in the shack, and it is just the ambient noise that comes with not having a solid signal. So other than that, the picture was very good and would have been perfect if I'd have been hooked up to the outside antenna. AD7GL, back to net.
Morning was to introduce everybody to something that maybe they haven't tried before. Maybe they didn't know about it, maybe they knew about it and thought they needed special equipment or whatever. As with anything amateur radio related, you can always go overboard with equipment and technology, but using simple technology, it's amazing that, just what can be accomplished. And to give you just a little bit of a comparison this morning, right now, me talking into the repeater, I'm only using 5 watts of power, or at least the 5 watt setting on my radio. And when I went to Simplex on 145.50, of course was a different frequency, or different band, 2 meter, but I boosted my power all the way up to maximum. And on this radio, I believe that's about 50 watts. So, yeah, have fun with it and experiment. And we'll turn it back over to Dave, and I'm anxious to hear any other comments or questions. This is NG7IL.
Okay, Gil. This is KD7GR. I'm not sure how much of what you were saying right at the beginning there I walked on, but we did have one other commenter. I heard a female voice in the background there. If she wanted to come back and make that comment.
This is KJ7EAY Colleen, and I got some sort of image on my phone, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing on that Simplex. Over.
Okay, I can answer that. Good morning, Colleen. That image may not have been a best choice for me to send, as it has a lot of detail which does not always come through clearly on a slow scan TV. That's where the logo and the fire truck images were much better choices, I believe. But the image you should have seen would have my call sign in the top left, and then a W7G Special Event 2011 on the bottom, with 2 men sitting in front of a radio. And I am on the left, and Val K7HCP is on my right. And if you got a really good copy of that picture, you'll see down on the bottom right-hand side that K7DJO actually took that photograph. NG7IL.
Okay, I didn't get anything like that, so I don't know what my radio is showing me here. I did Robot 36, I hurried and downloaded that, and then I went to do the simplex thing, and I got something with red and blue lines, so I don't know what it is. Over.
Okay, yeah, that may just be the simplex path between us. You know, I was hoping that my location out west in Davis County would give a clear shot to most everybody in the club, but if there's any trees or hills or obstructions between us, it's going to seriously degrade the signal, and likely that's what's happened. And the advantage of the repeater as it is, we all have line of sight to each other via the repeater, which allows us extremely high quality communication with each other. NG7IL.
KI7 UFR Deno.
Go ahead, Deno.
Gil, I think I can confirm your path for the simplex test. I moved outside on an HT, and I had excellent photo quality. Signal was strong. Of course, I used some of the coupling techniques described just prior. I put the microphone right next to the phone with the volume up, and it worked incredibly well.
E7GR. I got there a little bit late and I missed the header, so what my phone downloaded wasn't exactly what Gil was sending. But that's a PEBRAC problem. The problem exists between radio and chair. So that's where I failed on that one. But it sounds like other people got it, so that's good news. We've done it now through the repeater and over simplex on SSB, so that's actually really good news.
KE7IET.
Go ahead, Jason.
I was just going to mention, I've got the YouTube live stream going, and that will be actually archived on the club's YouTube page later. But I was able to capture all of these images in the live stream, and so if you want to go back later and see what was transmitted, you should be able to see that. Also, that was done on a Linux machine, and the software to do that is called QSSTV, so Quebec SSTV, Quebec Sierra Tango Victor. Anyway, so yeah, that's there if you want to go back and see it later. KE7IET, back to net.
Well, that's awesome, Jason. I'll have to give that a try, because I did try it before on my FTM 400. I used the record function for Tuesday's images that were transmitted, because my phone had died. So I actually recorded the images on Tuesday at the time of the net, and then I came back after my phone had some charge to it, and I listened to the recordings off of my FTM and was able to capture those images through the phone that way. So I know the recordings can work. I'll have to give that a try for that for that final SSB, the simplex transmission. That'll be interesting. This is KD7GR. I guess back to you, Gil, for a final, and then I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. I want to direct this question to Jason. Well, a question and a comment. The comment, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time and effort to make that available on YouTube. That is amazing. Thank you so much for doing that for the club. The other question is probably obviously answered, and maybe I just don't need to verbalize it. But if you captured everything on YouTube, then there's a good possibility that you copied all of the audio coming from the radio speaker, and people could play that back and maybe get the image that way as well. Does that sound about right, Jason? NG7IL.
Yeah, it's correct for the first two images. On the third image of you and Val together, the audio for the live stream was still coming from the repeater, and so it didn't record that audio, but the video, like the actual image, is in the live stream. So people should be able to go back and replay that audio for the first two images, just not the third one. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention. The live stream is running off of two simple scanners. It's not even a ham radio. It's just a regular old scanner tuned to the right frequency. So, you know, you don't need much equipment. KE7IEG, back to net.
Fantastic. Okay, Gil, is there anything else that you'd like to give us for this this version of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net?
No, I don't think so, Dave. I've expressed my thoughts and opinions, and of course, I am by no means any kind of an expert. I will say this, though. I'm going to tune my radio when we're through here to 145.50 and listen. And if somebody wanted to give a shot to send in an image, I certainly would be listening. With that, I'd like to hear any other comments or questions. Back to you, Dave. NG7IL.
KJ7ATX.
Gil. Any other comments or questions for Gil or about SSTV?
KJ7ATX.
Okay, go ahead. It's Mike, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Hey, I did get an audio recording of the last one that was done on 145.50. If anybody would like me to send that in or anything, I can. So if that helps, but we could also try the same thing, I think, later when if Gil's going to try and send and receive.
Okay, that's great. Sure, why don't you email that over to Jason? Maybe he can include that in some way into the YouTube video or something along those lines. I don't know how that kind of stuff works. But that would be kind of a fun thing to have, even if we just made it available on the website for people to test and to try. So that'd be great if you could send that over. This is KD7GR. Are there any other comments or questions or remarks about SSTV? Not hearing anything. Is there anybody that has joined us late and would like to check in at this time to the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net? We'll take the last few check-ins. If there's anybody that didn't get checked in that would like to, please check in now.
Whiskey Zero, Oscar Sierra India.
Okay, and your name?
This is Ron and Hooper.
Okay, Ron, we got you down. Anybody else that would like to do a last-minute check-in to the Ogden Amateur Radio Club net meeting?
This is N7EGA Rick.
Hear from you, Rick. Anybody else? Well, that about wraps it up for what we had planned for today. I'm really glad you guys joined us and were able to do some tinkering with something new, a little bit of single slow scan TV. The acronyms in ham radio, man. SSB, SSTV, yeah, it's all going to get confusing in my brain. But thank you all for joining us. I thought this was really informative, and I'm going to go play with it a little bit. I think I'm going to go over to where Gil was talking on 145.500 single sideband on simplex and listen for a few minutes and see if I could pick up anything if someone's going to transmit an image that way. Is there any other business or any kind of announcement for the net?
KO.
Okay, go ahead, Scott.
once again, you said single sideband. He won't be using single sideband, it's FM.
Okay, Gil, could you clarify, are you going to be on SSB or FM?
Yeah, the acronyms kill me too. So, I will be simplex on 145.500, but I'll be using the FM mode of modulation. FM mode of modulation. Even though that might also be a sideband frequency, I'll be using FM. NG7IL.
D7GL.
That clears that up. I can see through the mud very well now. Okay. FM modulation on 145.500 simplex, so that we can play a little bit on afterwards after the net here. Okay, that'll help, I'm sure, because if you're on the wrong modulation, things don't work right. So thank you all for participating in the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. We will now return the repeater back to normal amateur use. This is W7SU, KD7GR as net control, and I will be clear. Thank you again.
NG7IL, W0KP.
NG7IL.
Yeah, I got a couple pictures I'll send you on 145.5. Got a couple ready to go.
Doubled with you, Stan. I think Larry had a comment.
Yes, the only thing I was going to mention is that if you look at the band plan, it is good for either FM or single sideband on that frequency. So FM it is. AD7GL back to NG7IL.
Okay, thanks for that clarification, Larry. I appreciate that. This is NG7IL, and I will be QSY.
This is W0KP. I think we have a pretty good path, so you should be able to see my pictures pretty well, but I'm pretty sure that not too many other people in over the Ogden area will be able to get mine, but we'll give it a shot. This is W0KP.
70KP, NG7IL. I did copy an image. Your call sign is almost readable, and the image, there seemed to be, I don't know, an odd tone or quality to your audio signal. I don't know how to quite describe it. It's like too much treble or something. So the picture is quite noisy, but appears to be an animal. My first instinct would say it's an antelope, but I'm wondering if it's not one of your llamas. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're one of the llamas, but evidently you're pulling the microphone off the speaker is not something you overdrive in it or something. Back off on my case, might help.
87GL. Yeah, we're getting a nice clear audio signal, simplex, so it must be something with the transmission, because I didn't get any picture at all, and I have the tablet sitting right next to the speaker, so it must be something with the audio itself, because the simplex signal between you and me is pretty good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do some rearranging here and use the signal length on with the other computer and try and get something a little better before I try again. Thanks for your information and everything, and okay, 73 to you and Larry.
Okay, Stan, fine business. You might be right on maybe too hot of a microphone. Something I read somewhere suggested monitoring your signal maybe on another radio and adjusting the microphone gain or the audio output from your PC to a normal speaking voice that you would normally hear over the radio, and maybe that's a way to do it. But I did get an image, just not as clear as, of course, we'd all hoped we'd get, but thank you so much. 7-3 Stan, NG7IL.
NG7IL, AD7GL.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
Gil, just wanted to thank you for a great job on the presentation and the project. It's just one of those things that broadens everyone's horizon, and you did a great job with handling it over the air. And I just want to let you know we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much, Larry. I have fun, and the club means a lot to me, as it does a lot of other people. And as a group or as a team, we'll overcome any adverse effects we have of this stupid pandemic, and we'll continue to be a club, and we'll move into new horizons and become that much stronger for it.
Okay, very good, Gil. Well, thanks again. Great job. You're a great resource for us. 7-3 for now, AD7GL clear.
7-3, Larry. Have a great day. This is NG7IL standing by and listening.